Will you?
Yeah.
If that's 6 minutes left, have I?
Yeah.
3 and 3, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Senator.
Thanks, Minister, for coming to the House. And I think this situation means that Ireland has to reimagine the future of Ireland together. The ramifications of the Brexit will actually magnify as time goes on, not lessen. Over the next 2 years, with those in Northern Ireland and the UK, and down here, we must engage in a challenge that has not faced the people of Northern Ireland for the last 100 years. They have to imagine that they must leave the UK because they did vote to remain in the EU. And the future of Northern Ireland must now be looked at through an economic lens, not through the political or the religious one. We need to have an informed discussion on what is the best future for the people of Northern Ireland and for the people of these islands, as Senator from Dublin has pointed out. And the status quo is not going to be allowed to remain, because as it stands, Northern Ireland, according to the UN Human Development Index, is 44th in the world in its ranking. The Republic is 6th in the world. The UN Human Development Index measures health, education and income. We are equal to Germany. We are one ahead of Canada and the United States. And the UK is 14th in the UN Human Development Index. And it is quite obvious that Northern Ireland is now going to slip below the 50th ranking, which will mean it will join the likes of Romania and Kazakhstan. Now, it is quite obvious that if we reimagine the future of Ireland together, that if we can bring them up to where we are, the future of every citizen in the North would be better if we were together. And the Good Friday Agreement allows for this, and while we might differ on how we get to the outcome with our colleagues in this side of the House, the outcome is, which we see in Fianna Fáil, is we would like to see a united Ireland, but it is by agreement. And what we have to do, and the challenge that faces us, is how we reach that.
Senator.
Thank you, Cathaoirleach. And while others would look at the idea of a demographic tidal wave at some stage, and that parity would be achieved in terms of the two communities, a convergence at some stage in the next number of years, and that by 2030 there'd be an overwhelming majority, that is too simplistic a way of looking at things when you imagine that 20% of Catholics in the North would vote to stay in the UK, but 12% of Protestants in a Belfast Telegraph poll said that they would like to see a united Ireland over the next 20 years. So it is how we now look at the future, how we reimagine the future of Ireland together, because what the UK has done to itself is hard to imagine. What opportunities they have foregone is hard to imagine. But as Scotland is looking towards a renewed independence debate, what we have to look at is this opportunity that Germany didn't have in terms of time and space and a democratic structure under the Good Friday Agreement, to have that debate on how we can have a better future on this island together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator. Senator Norris.